I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm at Electronica 2024 and I'm joined by Peter Gutschi. Peter, great to see you. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
What are you doing these days?
Thank you for having me here, Phil. Yeah, what I'm doing these days. So one, I'm doing a consulting business, so helping OEMs and startups and scale-up companies to get the business.
Yeah.
On the one hand, and I am also supporting some more established or well-established companies in the board, such as Escatec.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've been doing some interesting things there. What I wanted to talk to you about, because I read the blog you wrote about the use of AI in manufacturing, and it's a topic of great fascination for me. I think some great opportunities there, but it's quite hard to figure out where the hype is and where the rubber hits the road. Tell me a bit about what you're seeing in the ecosystem and where you think the opportunities to really get value out of AI are.
Well, yeah, thank you for asking me about that one. So I'm really fascinated by the AI opportunity, and it's literally impacting every area in the industry, and particularly when you look to manufacturing, there are lots of spaces it is impacting. And well, there is a hype, but the rubber hits already big time the road. We probably just don't see it yet, or don't see it because everyone is just looking to the AI, the superficial AI,
the ChatGPT
and the one.
Yeah.
But if you look to the shop floor or to the manufacturing process itself, there are many AI applications already used, whether this is for planning purposes, whether this is in the quality management, whether this is actually for equipment utilization or asset utilization at all. So the ability of the AI to actually help us structure data, which are probably not as easy to be overlooked and seen from a human perspective, it's fascinating. So it gives you a guidance of how to actually plan where to put priorities. It helps you to identify failures. And the visual inspection system which we have today, it has not much to do with the AOI equipment we had 10 or 15 years ago. So it's way more intelligent. It provides way more accurate information. But not only that, it's also when you go into, for example, product design. Typically today, the EMS industry is generating business by jumping in and engaging with the customer through the design phase. And when you can actually help the customer to design their product in an optimal way, that you design in components which are available and fit for use,
design for the supply chain,
exactly, design for manufacturing. And what is very exciting now is also what the other guys do, what I mentioned in the blog, Sluice Box. They actually help you to immediately see the CO2 footprint. So you can, at the design phase, you can impact
the sustainability of the product. It's super exciting, and I think it's really fascinating. And you know, we've both seen some examples of where it's working, and I know you called one or two out in your article. You mentioned Luminovo, which are creating this platform. I think you also mentioned Cyborg, which are examining components.
This is
some really interesting opportunities where there's so much data that humanly impossible to manage.
You couldn't do it in real time, and this is the fascinating thing. You really can get information real time. You can work with this information. Helps you take the right decision, and also helps you to answer if you get other customer requests. For example, what the typical problem we know in the industry, you get a nice request from a customer to build this or that product in that or another quantity, and when can you deliver? So you need to be clear about the supply chain. You need to be clear about your capacity, and AI helps you with that. And it helps you to actually commit something which you can, to a large degree, actually can hold up for.
And you can action upon it. And I think what I found interesting is we've been through a recent supply chain crisis. I remember the tech wreck of 2000 and the huge inventory overhang that resulted from it. We've done that again, and I think with better data and better visibility, better transparency in the supply chain, we should be able to, even if we can't predict demand at the consumer, we can at least deliver demand signals all the way through the supply chain.
Yeah, well, exactly. All the way through the supply grid, I would say, right? Because it is multidimensional. It's not just only
it's not one line.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is absolutely right with that. So we should be more capable going forward to prevent the situation. We should be more capable to actually, if we cannot immediately prevent it, but to get faster out of the situation. I mean, look, we have been the last year or almost year and a half, we have just been fighting and trying to get the inventory along the supply chain again under control. And if we would use the AI, or if we use it to a larger degree, we could be much more efficient in doing that. So efficiency, I think efficiency, it's what AI drives in all areas, is efficiency. Whether it's immediately on the shop floor, whether it's on supporting functions for the manufacturing itself, for the core of the manufacturing, or now more lately to the, I would say, with the large language models and the intelligence of the AI, how it's coming out now, where it's really impacting not only what we see on the shop floor, the blue collar type of work, but it helps also the white collar to be much more efficient, whether this is procurement, planning, even to a large degree, it goes finance for sure already, finance and administration, but also when it comes to customer service, understanding customer sentiments. I think this is a very important piece of it.
Peter, I love your enthusiasm and I love your knowledge and understanding, but I don't see that everywhere in the manufacturing space. And I see a lot of grey-haired people like us, and then I see a lot of Stanford graduates doing great things and bringing it into our industry. We need to bridge that gap somehow. We need to create the awareness, and some partnerships are already doing that. You know, Zollner's partnership with Luminovo is a good example. Do you think